Hello everyone, it's Teacher Megan here once again and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you the best way to answer a sentence diagramming test by giving you a lot of examples. So let's get started. Alright, these are the 10 sentences that we will diagram. So let's begin with the first one. The first sentence that we will diagram is, my father works as an electrical engineer. So the first thing that we have to do is to draw lines. As much as possible, it should be straight. So if you have ruler, better use that than just doing what I did. Alright, because some instructors are very meticulous in terms of lining. Okay. So, father is our subject. Now, ask yourself, is there any modifier connected to the subject? Yes, that is my. So, we're gonna write the modifier here in capital letter, okay? Because it is the beginning of the sentence. The verb is work, so we wrote it here. And the next part of the sentence is as an electrical engineer. Now, ask yourself, is it included in the pattern? Like, is it supposed to be a direct object or any part of the pattern or not? Now, you notice the presence of the word as. And this is a preposition. So, since this is a preposition, we're gonna write the preposition as below the verb. So we're gonna write as what? Works as what? As an engineer. So we're gonna write the noun engineer here. Attach the modifiers for the noun engineer. So we're gonna have an and electrical. Alright, so this is how we diagram that sentence. My father works as an electrical engineer. Okay, the pattern here is subject, intransitive verb. Our second sentence is, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. How are we going to start? Of course, draw lines. Now let's think about the pattern. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. The subject is fox. Although there are lots of modifiers attached to that, jump is the verb because that's what the fox did. And next word to jump is over the lazy dog. Over is a preposition, so we're gonna write the preposition below the verb. Still, the pattern is SIV. So, fox is our subject and jumped is our verb. So, let's going to write all the modifiers. I think this is short. Alright. The, in capital letter, quick and brown. Fox jumped, and then since over is a preposition, we're gonna write it here. And over what? Sorry, my lines are not straight. Over the dog. Now, how is the dog described? Including the article and then lazy dog. Let's read. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. SIV pattern. Our next sentence is kind of long. It is, Eloisa sends Zyra and Aubrey new pairs of shoes. Now, let's try to analyze the pattern before we begin diagramming the sentence. Eloisa, subject, sends is the verb. Now, Eloisa sends what? Pairs of shoes. Alright, so we're gonna take pairs only because we're talking about the pairs that was given. Shoes there is an object of the preposition of. So let's just remove that to our pattern. So how are we going to diagram that with our two indirect objects? So let's try. Eloisa is the subject. Eloisa sends what? Pairs. So we're gonna write it here. Now, pairs of shoes, we have the preposition of below. We're gonna write it here, and of what? Shoes. Pairs of shoes. Now, there is a descriptive verb to describe the pairs, and that is new. So we're gonna write new here. Eloisa sends Zyra and Aubrey. So we're gonna write the indirect object below. So since there are two, we're gonna have two branches. Zyra, the recipients, and Aubrey, with the conjunction and. Let's try. Eloisa sends Zyra and Aubrey new pairs of shoes. The pattern is STVIODO. We have the subject, the transitive verb. Eloisa sends what? The pairs. So this is a direct object, and then to whom? It's to Zyra and Aubrey. Our next sentence is, I went to the wet market and bought some meat. So we have two verbs. We have only one subject, which is I. Gonna do it this way. We have two verbs. So we're gonna have this way. Okay, first is I went to the wet market. So went here is our first verb. The next word to went is to, and to is a preposition, so we're gonna write the preposition below. So write to what? The market. How is the market described? The wet market. And bought, this is our next verb. Bought what? Meat. So meat is our direct object. So I put a straight line to divide the two. Bought some meat. So some, it is a modifier to describe meat. Let's try. I went to the wet market and bought some meat. Our next sentence is, these beautiful flowers grow very fast. So what is the pattern? These flowers, beautiful flowers, the subject, grow very fast. So we have grow there as the intransitive verb, and fast is an adverb describing how the flowers grow. So the pattern is subject and intransitive verb. Very simple. Flowers, this is our subject. How are the flowers modified? We have demonstrative, these, and then beautiful. Flowers grow, this is our intransitive verb because there is no object to receive the action. Very fast, so it grows fast. So we're gonna write fast here. It's an adverb describing how the flowers grow, and there's also another adverb that modify how fast is the growing. The word very, since it describes the word fast, it is placed below it. Both are adverbs. These beautiful flowers grow very fast. Our next sentence is very simple. Joel sleeps early. We have the subject Joel, and sleeps is the intransitive verb. Early there modifies the verb sleeps, and it answers a question when. It's just like this. Joel is our subject, and then what does he do? Sleeps, and early below the word it modifies. There's no arrow here. Okay, Joel sleeps early. Get it? Our seventh sentence is, the kids watch movies every Sunday. So this is kind of confusing because most of my students don't know where to place the adverb every Sunday. So let's try. Kids, this is our subject. The modifies the word kids. The kids watch. This is the verb, this is the action that they do, And the kids watch what? Movies. So there should be a straight line here, and then movies. This is our direct object because it receives the action of watching done by our subject. The kids watch what? Movies. Every Sunday. So where are we going to put that adverb? Of course, that adverbial phrase, every Sunday, describes the verb watch, not the movies. So we're gonna write every Sunday below the verb because it's an adverb. So every here is a preposition, and then Sunday, this is a noun, so we're gonna write it here. The kids watch movies every Sunday. Why is it below watch? Because it describes when do kids watch movies. So it's every Sunday. So it tells something about the verb, not the movies. Alright? Our next sentence has compound subjects. Mangoes and bananas are my favorite fruits. So we're gonna have two branches for our subject. Okay, so mangoes. Since this is the beginning of the sentence, it should be capitalized. Bananas in lower caps. Alright, and bananas. The verb here is are. Obviously, this is a linking verb. Take note of this. If our verb is linking, we cannot have a direct object nor indirect object because those objects only come after the transitive verb. Now, if our verb is a linking one, then the next part should be a subject complement. And since that is a subject complement, which is the fruits, mangoes and bananas are my favorite fruits, the line should be slanted, pointing to the subject because these are the fruits themselves that I am pertaining to. Alright, mangoes and bananas are my favorite fruits, so we're gonna write the modifier below the noun they modify. My and favorite. Okay? Our next sentence is an imperative sentence. This sentence gives a command, and that is, do your homework. Since the subject is already understood, and that is you, because I'm talking to you when I said you do your homework, we're gonna write our subject inside the parenthesis. Okay, in small letter. Okay, you do your homework. Do is the verb. It is in capital letter because it's the beginning of the sentence, do your homework. Homework here is our direct object because it answers the question what after the verb. You do what? Your homework. And your here modifies homework. Whose homework will I do? Your homework. Alright? And the last one. Our last sentence is Marcus invited his friends to his birthday party. So what is the pattern? Marcus is the subject, invited is the verb. Marcus invited whom? His friends. So that is STVDO pattern. To his birthday party is a prepositional phrase because it starts with a preposition to. Therefore, that is out of the sentence pattern. So still the pattern STVDO. In our sentence, Marcus is our subject, so we put it at the left side of the diagram. The verb is invited, and this is classified as a transitive because it requires a direct object. In the sentence, the direct object is friends because it answers the question whom after our verb. Marcus invited whom, so friends here answered that question. And below friends, we put the modifier his because it is an adjective that describes friends. Next, we have the prepositional phrase to his birthday party. So that prepositional phrase functions as an adverb because it answers the question where. So that is an adverb of place, and since that is an adverb describing the verb invited or adding information about that, then we put it or we place it below the adverb. So to is the preposition, party is the object of the preposition, so party is on the straight line, and his and birthday are both modifiers that describe the party. There you have it, guys. That is how I advise you to do your sentence diagramming. So let me just wrap up everything that I did. First thing first, draw lines, horizontal and vertical. And if you have ruler, please use that because lines should be as straight as possible. Second thing is try to analyze the pattern for you to know how the diagram should look like. Right? If that is SIV, SCVDO, SCVIO, DO, or etc. And third is you get the subject first and then the verb. Now, you spot if there are prepositions because the prepositions are on slanted lines and then the rest should be on the straight line if that's the noun object of the preposition. And then check all the modifiers included in the sentence, and all those modifiers are in the slanted line below the nouns or the verbs or adverbs or adjectives that they modify. Take note also of the conjunctions that are there. Be careful with your lines. If that it should be slanted, then do it. If it should be straight, like for the DO, then do it. If it should be dotted only, then just follow, because those will be part of the scoring. Thank you so much everyone for watching, and I hope you learned something from me today. And please, please, please don't forget to click the subscribe button.